Okay, cool. Are we on? Nice. Hello. Welcome to the Coffee Slut Podcast. I'm here today with Alondra. Hello. Thank you for being here.
Hello, thank you for having
Of
me.
course. Before we get started, I always love to start off with what is your coffee order?
Okay. My coffee order is kind of simple. I like to have a vanilla latte with cold foam,
Yeah,
preferably flavored cold foam. I'll
flavored.
ask them
Are you like in the holiday season? Do you like peppermint, pumpkin?
I do. I like peppermint. So if it's like seasonal, I'll be like, "What's your seasonal like coffee?"
Coffee?
Yeah. And I'll be like, "I'll go with it."
What's your favorite coffee spot in Austin?
Ooh, that's so
There's a
hard. There's
lot.
so
There's so
many.
many. If you can think of, or like right now, what's your like favorite coffee spot right now?
Okay. Probably Later Gator. She
Oh,
has me
I haven't tried it yet.
Oh my gosh, she has me stuck on like everything, and honestly, like her matcha too is amazing.
Yeah,
It makes me like ask myself, am I a coffee lover or am I a
matcha
matcha
lover.
lover?
You can be both, though. You can be
Yeah.
both. So today's episode is sponsored by Lame Cafe. We're drinking it right now. She has a brown sugar shaken espresso. I just have like a honey latte. And she is located up in North Austin. She's an Austin native, locally raised, and she is in North Austin. She is doing the Trail of Lights. Probably the Trail of Lights will be done by the time this episode's up. But she is doing the marshmallow fluff with the hot chocolate, and then she does it like a s'more. And it's so good. Her name is Wendy, so
Yum.
she's so sweet.
Okay. Thank you, Wendy. It's
It's
delicious.
so good. Okay, so I want to go from the beginning. Where are you from, and how was your childhood like growing up?
So I am from Illinois, born and raised. I was born out by the suburbs of Chicago. I was raised more in southern Illinois. My childhood, um, so in my childhood, my first language is Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So being in a household, my both of my parents immigrants, I stayed home most of the
Yeah,
time, and it was just staying home watching telenovelas, with mom or like cooking with mom. So yeah, it's mainly staying at home. That stereotypical
yeah,
like las niñas se quedan en
yeah. In the
casa.
casa, yes, for sure. What was your favorite telenovela?
Probably Fuego a la Sangre.
Oh my god, that one was so good. I loved La Femme Más Bella growing up.
I love that
That
one
one's really good. That was my favorite. I
too.
was like, ooh, she's gorgeous. And then
Yes.
what's his name? He was the main guy who fell in love with her. I forget his name, but he was like he's in Jane the Virgin as the dad now, and I was just like, oh my god, he's so handsome.
Yes.
So Illinois, I love Illinois. My family's from Illinois. What would you say? What values do you still have instilled in you now?
That I learned as a
Yeah,
child.
as you learned as a child from your family that are instilled in you now.
I would say always remembering where you come from. My
Yeah.
parents being immigrants, they always would take me to Mexico and let me like tell me about their childhood, what they went through, what they did experience, what they didn't get to experience. And it just rooted in me to always remember how much can be accomplished, like just generation to generation, but to always remember where you come from.
Yeah.
Even though you keep progressing in life, you always want to aim to do better, but ultimately, like, never forget where you come from and never judge like others who are still in like different situations than
Yeah,
you.
for sure. I love that. What part of Mexico is your family from?
From Zacatecas.
Oh, okay, wait, where's that at? What is
It's
it close
like
by?
right by Aguascalientes.
Okay,
So, yeah, Aguascalientes, Durango is
okay.
around there. So,
How often did you go as a kid?
I would go probably, I think, as a child, like in my childhood, probably about like 5 times.
A
And
year?
then no, 5 times in total.
Oh,
Well,
5 times in total. Okay, okay.
because we were from Illinois,
Yeah.
and my parents, well, mainly my dad doesn't like airplanes, so
Okay.
like we would always drive.
Drive. Yeah.
We would always drive. And driving from Illinois to Zacatecas, our stopway was actually always Austin because he had a family here.
Okay.
So which
Okay.
is how I kind of ended up here because
Here.
I would spend time in Austin like as well. Yeah.
So that's what led you to Austin is because you have family here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So it's our
that's cool.
halfway point.
That was like my next question, because we would drive a lot too from here to Mexico, but San Luis Potosí is where my dad's from.
Okay.
So oh my god, I hated the drive, but we would always drive. I'm just like, "Ugh, it's okay. We're gonna have fun anyways when we
You're
get
like,
there.
put me on to first class.
Right, for real. I was like, we can't fly. They're like, no, mija, we're gonna drive. I said, okay. Sometimes my family still drives to Illinois, to Chicago, and it's a 16-hour
yeah.
drive. And I'm like, come on, let's just take a plane.
I just drove this summer back to Illinois.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
how was it?
You get used to it.
Yeah.
Like thankfully we split it between me and my sister. But I think the hardest was when we moved here because we were in separate cars.
Okay.
And it was like no one can take the wheel for us.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
Driving together.
Mhm.
So do you only have just your sister or do you have more siblings?
So my older sister, she's the one that moved and she lives with me now. I have a younger brother that's 21 and he also actually just recently moved here to start nursing school.
Nice.
So
okay.
yes, he's awesome. He's doing great things as well. And then my youngest sister's 15 and that's
Okay.
why I drove to Illinois this summer
Mhm.
for her quinceañera. But since I have 3 dogs, I was like, I take a plane and I board them, or I drive and I take them
Take them with
all.
you.
I was like, I have to take them all.
That's so sweet. She
Mhm.
takes all her dogs with her. Okay, so I want to move into CUIDATE. What does it mean? This is your business, obviously, like for people who don't know. What inspired the name and what does it mean?
So the inspiration came from, like I mentioned, I would go to Mexico. I guess like 5 times isn't a lot
Mhm.
in my eyes. But I would talk a lot on the phone with my grandma, and she would always end the phone call with "Cuídate." So like the last time I spoke to her too, like she ended the phone call with "Cuídate," and I think I felt that she meant it kind of like not just like yeah, haha, like "Cuídate," like or take care, I'll see you later. Like I think it was more of like all her family, like her kids had like immigrated to the US and she was like alone and now she has grandkids that are like growing up in this new country and oh my
No,
God.
you're good. You're good.
Now she has grandkids growing up in this new country, like the unknown, right?
Mhm.
And so I think she meant it like more profoundly. And so yeah, she inspired the name and it could be taken in like any context, like take care of yourself, like physically, like, go work out, take care of your mind, take care of your emotions, like in any aspect.
Nice. I love it. And I remember when you first told me, I was like, that's so beautiful. Coming up with that name and like, I know grandmas can be a very special person to you, especially for your grandkids, because they're like a second parent. At least mine was, right?
Mhm.
And my grandma's always like, cuídate, mija. You can do anything. Take care of yourself, no matter what. Rest, like you come first, which I really love.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
When did you realize you wanted to create a brand with purpose rather than just clothing?
I would go back to like, I guess talking more about my childhood. I grew up in an area that wasn't too diverse.
Mhm.
I was the only Mexican in my graduating class, which was like a really small high school. So growing up, I would actually get picked on a lot for
Oh.
being different, and I noticed at a really young age I had like the option to either try to mold myself to like fit in and feel like accepted by these people, or I could just stay at home like mom and
Yeah.
dad wanted me to. And that's what I did, so staying at home. I got into like painting, into drawing. That's how I would spend my time. And then it led to me just designing things like meaningful to me, meaningful to my culture, which goes back to like visiting Mexico or talking to my parents about like their childhood, and it would just inspire me. And my most of my art always has been around like the Latino and Mexican culture. So then once I started designing it, I just was like, well, I also struggle to find crew necks that I like. So I was
Yeah.
like, what if I just like stamp this on? And that's exactly what I did. Um, but then it kind of like it molded together in a way like after establishing CUIDATE, like I was like, this could also like, you know, clothes keep you warm, and like they can represent like a warm hug from someone that's like far away or someone who has passed.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of like all came together. So I've always loved crew necks, and
Yeah.
like growing up in Illinois, I got to wear them a lot
Yeah,
more,
for sure.
you know, but I'll still throw them on here in Texas.
Oh,
It's
for
okay.
sure. In a windy day, you're like, oh, crew neck, I'm putting it on. Which I love. Whenever you started your business, because you started it with, did you start it alone or did you start it with your sister?
With my sister. So
Okay.
yes, she's we're both like founders of it. She just helps me with like the business and legal aspect
Yeah,
because she's the business major. She's really smart and bright in that aspect. So like
we love
yeah.
her.
We love her. Shout out to Cynthia. Thank you.
So whenever you started, what struggles did you have? Like when you first established it, you guys got the LLC, y'all are done. What kind of struggles or like obstacles did you have to go through?
I would say just keeping like consistency,
Okay.
and because we've always also had like our full-time jobs,
Mm-hmm.
so then the struggle would be to find the motivation and dedication to really say like I believe in this and I know we can um, keep growing it and building it, but also just finding the perfect balance of like work life, personal life, and business
Yeah.
life, you know, because you also how can we have a brand that's like take care of yourself, but like if we're pouring everything into our brand and we lose ourselves, then like you know you have creative funks and it's
Mm-hmm.
like I can't create anymore or I
Yeah.
don't feel motivated anymore. So I would say definitely finding that healthy balance between everything, like trying to focus on getting work done, but also like building your business, which has so many aspects,
Yeah.
right? Because it's like you're not only just creating, but you're also like the your own marketing team, you're your sales team, you are everything behind the scenes. And then on top of it, also finding like personal time to go talk to like friends and hang out with friends, you
Yeah.
know? So
For sure. That's
the
that's the biggest
balance, the
thing, the balance and
balance.
figuring it out. I was like, I can relate to that a lot because I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's so many extra things that I didn't know that goes into a business. Like I didn't even know how to get an LLC. I was
Mhm.
like, what? So then, yeah,
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
like, I have to because I don't want nobody to take it, you know?
Oh yeah, 100%. And then also like we don't know that. I only knew it because of my sister once
Yeah.
again. Like I'll keep shouting her out. What I know business wise is thanks to my sister. Her business major like definitely paid off. She's very professional and she does not mess around with anything that has to do with like business. So I'm just like that like little kid in the background like, yeah, okay. I have
You
no idea what's
I
going
got
on,
it,
but
but I'm here.
I'm here. I believe it. I support it, you know. But yeah, definitely the balance. And I guess it goes hand in hand with not having like a mentor,
Yeah.
like being first generation here. Like, um, no one in my previous family like has ever like owned a business or could guide me. And even if like they were to have had a business, it's most likely not the same domain.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do we do? Like you're doing your own research and everything and trying to learn what you can, you know, as the
Throughout
process
as the
goes.
process goes, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Learning a lot, making a lot of mistakes, failing. It's all part of the process, especially when starting a business. But what I love about yours is that it's all about community. And it's like the biggest thing. And I remember when I first met you, you were doing your the Carol G event.
Yes, a
I
tropical
can't
que
get
tal.
that. I can't even say it. And I love her so much.
Yes, shout out to Carol G. I love her
Right. Love
too.
her too so much. Hey, if you want to be on the podcast, let me know because I would love to have you.
Carol G, please. I'll be behind the scenes.
What does community mean to you? Or what does it look like today?
Community to me means people who align with you and support you, understand you, and just are there for you. In other aspects, community feels like family, right? Family that like you get to build as you grow or as you go on about your life. You build community, but like those people truly mean and are so important to you. Um, and it's just beautiful, you know. And like I said, growing up, being the only Mexican in my grade, I had other like I had friendships that were great, but all like ultimately there was not a big like Latino community where I was at. But the ones that I did have around were like we were really strong and like united, and we were all very close. So I think coming here to Austin, and seeing like how strong the like Latino community is and how supportive they are, and we really are here, you know,
Yeah.
because I feel like a lot of people think that like Austin has no Latinos, and I'm
Well,
just
yeah.
like,
So I think it's because they go downtown and like there is, right? But every time I talk to people that are from like New York or something, there's not a lot of diversity here. I'm like, well, we're here. You just you just gotta look for us.
yeah, you just gotta host the right
Yes,
event for us to
exactly.
come out.
Exactly,
You know?
for sure. What are some ways Cuida that gives back?
So we give back in a few different ways. Our biggest goal is to, as we grow, um, as you grow as a business, you're able to like invest in like different areas. And one of them is through our Miles of Hope is
Yes.
one that we started this year. We were really grateful to have been able to host two this year. And we're planning like, you know, for 2026 as well to like keep it going into the new year. But we help in that way Casa Marianela, who is an amazing nonprofit organization that already does so much work for displaced immigrants. And Cuidate just wants to be able to not only sell merchandise that is like meaningful, because I feel like people who have supported us resonate with the word Cuidate or resonate with something. So it's like a special buy in my heart, you know? And Cuidate just wants to be able to not just fund like our business, but also like fund these amazing like nonprofits that are already doing like the amazing hard work to help our actual community. We also did the girls walk.
Yes.
You know, besides just being like Latina, like we are women, and you know, just supporting women as well, women like entrepreneurs, women trainers, women anything, you name it, like, you know, we're for supporting women. So the walk that we did also is like a way we try to give back. And we also sell a certain design that goes to like the local justice immigrant. I forgot the exact name,
No, you're
but
good. You're
yes,
good.
they help with like like immigration lawyers and everything as well. So like 50% of our sales in that design will go to them, and it's just kind of a way like that. How can we help? And it's like maybe we feel like hands on, like physically, like I feel like incapable of like what can I physically do? Like I'm not a lawyer, like I can't go out here and like, you know, do that or in that sense, but I could help fund these lawyers, you know, and that's like that's what Cuidate's ultimate goal is. It's like we want to be able to just be like, is the problem funding, which most of the time, sadly, it is. It's like we just want to be able to be like, okay, like we got you. Like let it like it's already stressful work, so it's like let's give you one less stress,
Yeah.
to think about.
And I wanted to talk about Mouths of Hope. Your first one was incredible. So many people went. Y'all donated a lot of money. You were on Telemundo, right?
Yes.
I was like, oh my God, this is, and I was so upset because I missed it. But that was your first one. Tell me about like the experience a little bit when you did that one.
I was nervous. I get really nervous still, like in a big crowd of
People,
people.
yeah.
So it's definitely something that also helped me in that aspect where it's like, yeah, but I have to do it because it's like it's what like my heart is telling me. So I felt very nervous, but I also felt like so surprised and happy and like grateful of how many people really like showed up to support that cause. And once again, like the community here in Austin just like being really strong and supportive. So it was an amazing turnout, and I know like I talked to a lot of people that day, and everyone seemed to have had the same feeling. Like it
Yeah.
was just an emotional feeling to like see everyone there and to see the support and to just also stay educated like on what is going on, right?
Yeah.
So
For
yeah.
sure. And what do you like? What did you hope people walked away from your event? Walk away with, the first one and the second one was with the Run Club, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So our goal with those events is for people to walk away with hope
Mm-hmm.
or with hopefully have met someone there that you can talk to, or like you guys could be there for one each other to support, and not to feel alone during hard times, and to always remember to push forward and to work for a better tomorrow, and
Yeah.
like just a reminder that you may not be the only one feeling like this, or you may not be the only one that wants to help but may not know how to help. It's just those small things to ultimately make others feel better.
Yeah. And I love that. Are you having one soon? Are you having another
we're
one?
we're planning one. Yes, we really wanted to do one in December,
Okay.
but with holidays and
Yeah.
everything, but we're pushing one for January.
Okay,
Yes.
beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So I do want to go into a little bit because the whole point of Miles of Hope is to help people who don't have the resources for their family members who are immigrants, especially this year was a really tough year. I did want to get your perspective on that because I know you're very well educated on the topic and on everything. So, from your perspective, how has immigration shaped the communities we come from?
I would say like immigration brings so many beautiful things.
Yes.
You bring so many different cultures, and people learn and mold themselves in different ways when you get up and move. And just coming from both of my parents being immigrants, I think they instilled in me that like no matter where you go, you can build community.
Yeah.
And you can be nice, you can give back, you can always remember where you come from, because I remember growing up that saying that like no soy ni de allí ni de acá,
Yeah.
and it's just switching it and saying like I'm from everywhere.
Yeah.
Like we immigration is just proof that you don't have to stay somewhere if it's not where you want to be. Like
Yeah.
you can go start over. And honestly, it's just not only beautiful, but it amazes me how many people really make it so far. Like in the sense, like they started somewhere and then you see them and they've progressed so much, or just like jumps from like generation to generation, And for me personally, like I remember my parents would tell me like tú lee porque, like, yo no aprendí a leer, right?
Yeah.
Or tú estudia porque yo no pude estudiar,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So immigration is always, for me, has always been just like new opportunity,
Yeah.
like for growth and to accomplish and to be able to have new dreams, to just be able to dream.
Yeah. And I think, when they tell you those things, like especially your parents, well, I didn't have this, so I just want a better life for you. I just want you to have a better experience for you. And I think that's incredible because like not in a sense of like I feel bad, but it's like I need to make them proud. I need to make them know that it was worth coming here to be something. And I'm always remembering that because my dad it took him 20 years to get his citizenship finally. And I was like, I need to work my ass off. I don't care. Like every time he texts me like, ¿Dónde estás? I'm like, I'm working. He's like, good. He's like, good. And I'm like, okay, that's it. That's all you texted me for? He's like, yeah, good. Bye. I'll talk to you later. I'm like, okay. How do your current events affect the work you do or the people you serve?
Definitely just giving me more hope.
Yeah.
If that sounds like I feel like people would think the opposite, but I feel like hope is like the last thing anyone can lose, even if it's, my friend told me this like beautiful saying once, and she was just like, even if it's like the smallest little seed that like you plant in yourself, like it will always regrow and regrow. Even like if you cut the plant, like it will regrow. So it's like as long as you just have like a seed of hope that things will get better, then that is how I view all the bad and negative things going on. It's like it ultimately comes down to how can I help, and I have hope that this can bring change.
Yeah. I love that. Isn't that just so beautiful? I'm always seeing like your stories with everything going on, especially in your hometown. What do you think? Where do you feel like people misunderstand immigrant families or can't cooperate or understand their situation? Well, they're here illegally. Where do you think people miss when they see that?
I would say people who misunderstand everything going on don't know their own laws from their country.
Yeah.
You can't treat people like that, and it's written in your laws. And even if they are undocumented, like they have rights. And just because others are out here trying to convince that, okay, they are undocumented, so what? Like they must be tortured, they must be like, sent off to detention centers separated from families, like with no due process. And it's just you see so many comments about that, and it's more like, do you know your own laws, like of this country? Because growing up, I had to be aware of it.
Yeah.
Like as a minority, it's crazy that I feel like most minorities have to be educated on the laws, because we're also told that we can't be acting like just a certain way.
Yes.
Right? Because
Yeah.
we're not treated the same when it comes to like the justice system. And I think what is going on now is just like a lack of educating yourself on, if someone is in a certain position, like legally, does this country state that you can treat them a certain way, or just because XYZ that they deserve this, like, And I think the lack of not knowing certain laws that are going to play for these, like, is what is so misunderstood.
For sure.
And that.
I totally agree. And to go back a little bit, immigrations contribute $652 billion in taxes every year. Sent from an article called the Council of Foreign Relations. That's one. Undocumented immigrants household alone pay 10 of billions in federal, state, and local taxes each year. That's another one. And immigrants fuel entrepreneurship. And there's a lot of mom and pop shops of immigrants, as well as most immigrants are more likely to start a new business. From Forbes and other research show that 22% of all U.S. entrepreneurs are immigrants, which is incredible. And this is why I wanted to bring it up, because it's so misunderstood and a lot of people don't know what's going on. Or I think what upsets me a little bit is that they brush it off. They're like, oh, it doesn't affect me, so I can't do anything about it. Mm-hmm. But you can go to your events. You can go donate, especially with everything that was going on with the ICE raids. I know I couldn't do much, but I donated to people who couldn't leave their homes for a month. Whatever, little goes a long way, which is so beautiful, and which is why I love your brand so much, because it's all about community, it's all about giving back, and it's all about educating people, which is incredible. Is there something else you want to share before we move on?
I would say, yeah, I agree in the sense that a lot of kids who come from immigrants or just immigrants themselves, like, are the hardest working people I have ever met or come across. And it's stories that I feel are so inspiring, but unfortunately, like, are not heard and or aren't listened to. And I agree that, like, the entrepreneur statistic that you were saying, like, it's so believable. Like, and even just in Austin, like, here, the amount of, like, Latino businesses that I know too is just, like, it's so beautiful and so refreshing, because most of the time people don't know, but it's like you're the first in your lineage to ever have this opportunity. So it's just like how you said, like, I cannot mess this up. I have to, like, I
have to succeed. I have to do this, like, because there's no going back. And I think, I know sometimes coming from an immigrant family, it's like, make sure you have a backup, or make sure, you do this. But I think majority families, at least from the entrepreneurs I've talked to, is that their parents are very supportive of them. Their parents see what they're doing. They're like, oh my gosh, like, I can't believe I created this human being, which is beautiful, and which I'm hoping, it only gets better. But, we got to do with what we have. So with CUIDATE, I want to talk about, how do you stay creative and inspired? I know for sure, like, meeting new people all the time and, like, bringing more, but how do you feel like you stay creative and inspired during everything?
To be inspired, I have to feel balanced. I have to feel like I'm not doing too much work, but I also have to feel like I'm not doing enough. I have to be consistent in a routine for me to, like, feel, like, motivated and inspired. And that means, like I have to work out. I have to make it to the gym.
Of course.
Or else, like, my brain is all foggy and I can't think straight, because most of my ideas come, like, mid-workout. Like, because,
okay.
Like, it's just quiet. Like, I'm not, like, yeah, I'm working out, but, you're not really also thinking about anything else. Like, in between my sets, I'm just, like, thinking about, like, what I have to do. And then that usually leads to, like, just be like, okay, well, when I get home, I'm gonna, like, sit down and, like, I just got this idea to create this, so I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna draw this. Or, like, just pondering in between sets, during sets. Like, honestly, like, the gym really is, like, my foundation. Like, I have to
and she goes to Lift ATX, by the way.
Yes,
because Lift, we got to give a shout out to Daniel, because that gym is incredible, amazing, so big on community, so big on Latinos, because he is Latino himself.
Yes,
which I really love.
And such a cool gym.
It's so nice, cool, especially, like, when it was windy the other day. I went and I was like, oh my god, it's so nice to be outside, because I get claustrophobic. But what's your favorite workout to do? I don't think I've asked you since I last worked out with you.
My favorite, like
upper,
leg day,
low,
or
okay. Yeah.
Okay, I would probably say leg day.
Leg day?
Yeah, I love a good leg day. Anything, like, it could be hamstrings, quads, glutes, like, anything. And if I get like my energy drink before, it's like game over. Like I go into flow state.
Oh, okay. I love that. Go into flow state. I need to start saying that more. I haven't started.
I know, right?
Everybody's saying it now. Hardest lesson you've learned so far with your brand?
Okay, in my brand, I would say not having a mentor, which has led me to learning that I will make mistakes.
Yeah.
And the only thing I can do is learn from it and be like, okay, I won't make that mistake again. But learning to also be easy with myself and telling myself that, okay, don't let this mistake like overwhelm you, or I guess, what's the word, like take your motivation away or anything, right? Because it gets hard sometimes, and sometimes you just get in your own head and you're just like, well, I'm not made for this, I don't know what to do, like, and you're just like learning, and I've just learned to be easy on myself, because like seriously, it's like no one else has done this. Once again, like when you see it in that perspective, it's like no one else like in my lineage has done this. It's like I'm going to make mistakes, but what matters is like you learn from it and that you're easy with yourself.
And there's beauty in the struggle. I always try to think about that. I'm like, there's beauty in the struggle. It's hard right now. Just get better later. What are you most proud of so far in yourself? Starting the brand, moving to Austin, and like not having family close by. I know you have your sister, but what are you most proud of yourself so far?
I would say for the community I feel here in Austin, and community to me is like also like, my friendships that I've met, and like other fellow entrepreneurs as well, or just any connections that I've made here, and they've led to make me feel that Austin is my second home.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm traveling like outside of Austin, I feel like I need to go home.
Yeah,
like back
you're
to
like,
Austin,
you get homesick,
you know? And it's just a crazy, it's a weird feeling, but like a good weird feeling, like to say I'm not born and raised here in Austin, but I feel that the majority of people I know now to this day live here, because throughout my years here, I've made so many beautiful connections and memories and all that. So I think that's what I'm like most proud of, is that I was able to move to a city and made it feel like home.
Yeah. Yeah, because I get homesick all the time. But when I go to Chicago, it feels like a second home to me. I'm just like, if I wasn't married, I would definitely go move over there, because it's just, I went there all the time. I went to Mexico all the time. So it's like, it just feels like home, especially like, and I love Chicago. It's so beautiful, especially in the summer.
Especially
in the summer.
It's so beautiful. It's just so cold.
It is really cold.
I think right now it's in like the negatives.
I think so. Actually, I think so, because one of my clients came back from Chicago. She's like, it was like -10 over there. I said, oh, hell no. It's like, I can't do it.
Like, no.
I can't.
Those huesitos temblan.
It's like every time I go over there during the winter, my toes go numb. Like there's no warm toes, no matter how many socks I have, it goes numb. And it just makes me feel like I'm in a cold plunge. Yeah. Like if I'm in a cold plunge for so long, my toes immediately go numb. I'm like, I can't.
I hate the cold too. No. Shout out to everyone who can put up to it, though.
Right. What would your advice be for younger women who want to start a business, but not only that, make like something meaningful? What would you tell them? Or if you can say in one sentence, what advice would you give them?
I would say find something you love and are passionate about, and find a way to make it your income.
Oh, beautiful. Yes. So before we move on, did you, because you were a teacher before you started CUIDATE, Do you work anywhere else? Like, you don't have to tell me right now, like, but okay.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool.
So, but I did leave teaching now, and I was bilingual education.
Oh, love that.
Um, so yeah, I was a teacher, and I think it did what it had to do to me.
Mm-hmm.
It taught me a lot about myself, being the leader of a classroom to such young minds, uh, and I really enjoyed it. It was really nice. It was so like heart touching. Uh, Also because I mentioned that my first language is
Spanish,
Spanish,
yes.
so then I was thrown into preschool, not knowing any
Yeah.
English, and then no one spoke Spanish in my preschool. So I was just left with teachers repetitively like telling me stuff in English, and I'm just like,
What's going on?
"¿Qué
Yeah. No,
dices?
yeah.
¿Qué?" Like,
You're like, what are you saying? Oh my gosh. It was the same for me. They put me in the ELA whatever class that I was dyslexic because my first language was Spanish. I was like, well, it's not my fault. Like, that's just what
Yeah,
happened.
exactly.
So I always love doing these at the end. Is a quick fire, like, wrap up question. A phrase you live by right now.
Voy pa todo con todo.
Oh, I love that one.
Thank you.
I mean, we've heard good ones so far, but I love that one, especially because it's in Spanish. One thing you wish people knew about you.
Love to talk.
Yeah, me too.
So like you could approach me like randomly and start a whole conversation, and it could go like for hours.
Yeah, you could be a stranger, right?
A whole stranger, and you could come talk to me, and like, okay, like hours could pass by, and
It's fun to talk to random people sometimes, and I think it's very needed now. I think especially after COVID, a lot of people are very hard to talk to or don't know how to interact, and I think COVID had a lot to do with it. One song that describes your season of life right now.
See, I've been listening more to like subliminals. So I would say a subliminal is
Wait, what's that?
it's like frequencies.
Oh,
Kinda
okay.
that type. So
Yeah.
I would just say like subliminals have been on repeat.
Okay.
Like I love still like, Carol G and I love my artists still. But I would say recently, anytime I catch myself like having any like work time or space like to think, I just put a subliminal on. Like and I go to
Nice.
bed with subliminals on.
Yeah.
Anytime I get the chance, I'll just put a subliminal on in the background. And it's like you enter that flow state.
Yeah.
Count two times.
Okay, I think this is a good question. A dream collaboration for Cuidate.
I would definitely say Becky G and Carol G.
Okay.
I love both of those girls. Becky G, I feel like we relate more to her because she's also Mexican American, and she's also been so vocal and advocate, and I love that about her. She actually has a new movie.
That's what I was about to say. There was a new documentary and people were posting about it in the movie theaters. I'm like, I didn't know about this. Like, how could I have not known?
The last show, it was only in theaters for 2 days, and actually I checked. There's the last showing here in Austin is at 6 p.m. today.
We can't go. Damn it.
Because
I saw that.
I'm sure she'll be streaming it somewhere
I
else.
hope so. Maybe, yeah, that's so cool. But I didn't know about it. Like, you'd think it'd be a bigger thing or she would have pushed it more. I just didn't know. I know she talked a lot about her divorce or like her separation.
Yeah, from what I've seen, because other people have already been posting it on TikTok saying like, go watch her documentary. And from what I could tell in those clips, like it's her personally like putting a camera down and like talking like so vulnerable and like one-to-one like conversation, like heart to heart too.
Yeah.
So I love that. Like she's also been like, she's just like emotionally herself too.
For sure.
Like I feel she doesn't hold back her emotions. She will say what she thinks and she'll like stand strong by it. So I love Becky G. And not only like I feel like you know her through what she portrays like on social media.
Yeah.
But also like her music. Her music is so beautiful. I love her music. Same with Carol G. Carol G is like
Carol G's my girl.
just like I feel a different like connection with those two
Yes,
artists.
it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain the connection you feel, because when I saw Carol G at San Antonio Alamo Dome, I was like, holy shit. I was like, she's so gorgeous and so beautiful. And which is crazy because my mom liked her before me.
Really?
She's like, do you know who Carol G is? And I was like, no, ma, I don't know who that is. This is when she had her blue hair, I believe, or her red hair. When I think she was going through her breakup with her ex. But when I watched her documentary, I sobbed, I cried. I'm like, this is such an inspiration and connection I feel towards her. The last person I felt like that was Shakira.
Oh,
and like
yes,
Shakira's whole thing, she was everything to me growing up. And then obviously I think Selena Quintanilla and then Carol G were in like order.
Yeah.
But like the documentary made me think I can fucking do anything with what I want. Being a woman, it doesn't matter how vulnerable, because I feel like I'm pretty vulnerable and pretty like I cry a lot. And Carol showed that, just as Becky G. And like it's kind of forbidden, I think, for a lot of people. It's like, oh, she cries too much, or she's a crybaby, or she's too much. And I hate that. I hate when people think that.
No, so, definitely, yeah.
I would love that. If she hits you up, let me know. So I'm there. Okay. So before we hop off, is there anything else you want to finish off with or saying to people who went through a hard time this year, where they can find you and the community you've created and so many events I'm excited for this coming up year? Anything at all, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, I would say talking about movies, I just went to the premiere of The Dreamer Cinderella.
Oh, okay.
About a fruit vendor who gets offered the main role in this movie, and she feel like the production company behind it basically feels like she'll agree to anything because she's like a fruit vendor, basically saying like throwing money at it, saying like she's never seen this amount of money, like she'll agree to any terms, right? And it's like not like that. It shows like the I guess how we hold ourselves as Latinos. Like, you know, we hold ourselves with dignity and respect, and not like money can't buy us out, you know, and can't change who we are. Whenever your beliefs and morals are a certain way, like no amount of money can like make you change like who you are, what you believe in. So it was like a very powerful, very very powerful movie, and I loved it so much. So I would love to like shout them out, and it's coming to theaters in January 2026. That's so cool. So right around the corner. And I'm working on them with like a few other projects.
Oh, beautiful.
So like I'll be very happy to announce those like in the new year. So hopefully anyone watching this will be on the lookout to watch that movie and support it.
That's so fun. It's crazy that you say that, because I saw something with the paleteria that they made of the Forbes under 40.
I saw that.
You saw that?
Yes, it was like, in Fort Worth, right?
Oh my, yes, it was in Texas, and I was like, oh my gosh. See, you can do anything.
You can do anything. And I seriously love that. Or like the taco truck here in Austin that got the
Michelin star.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God. We need to go. It's so good.
It's so
what
good,
is it called?
Oh, I forgot the name. I know where it. See, this is my problem. It's like I know where it's at, how to get there, but I don't
know the name. Well, I want to thank you for coming on here and talking to me for the Coffee Slut Podcast. If you want to hear more episodes like this, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to follow us on our socials, Instagram and TikTok, linked in the description. I will also be linking Alondra's personal page as well as CUIDATE if you ever want to shop. She has the cutest hoodies, as you see, that we're wearing. I think my favorite one so far was the spooky booty one.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. It was like a skeleton squatting and it's in a crew neck. So yeah, thank you so much for coming. And thank you guys for listening to the Coffee Slut Podcast. We will see you in the next episode. Thank you.